One. Kira?
Well, for either Hillary Clinton or Barack Obama, it's going to take a lot to win the support of one California superdelegate. We're talking $20 million. Here to explain this is the man himself, undecided superdelegate and Democratic National Committee member Steve Ybarra. Okay, Steve, lay it out. How did you come up with this idea, and why are you doing it?
Good morning, Ms. Phillips. You know, race, sex, and age are always issues in every political campaign. And the candidate that's going to win this election has to be able to confront those issues. They have to be able to deal with the fact that there's inequality in the United States and that young people and old people and aged people have to be brought to the table. For years, the Democratic Party has earmarked millions of dollars towards specific groups. They have an African-American outreach program, which they call a faith-based initiative. We do rock the vote, but nobody is talking about the Mexican-American voter. CNN has reported that there are 17 million eligible Latino voters. That's on your website. 66 2/3% of those are Mexican-American. In other words, 11 million Mexican-American voters are going to be eligible to vote in this election, and the Democratic Party is not talking to them.
All right, so you say your vote can be sold for $20 million. What will you do with the money?
Well, I won't do anything with the money because I'll be here in California campaigning where we have all the money in the world, and we have more Mexican-American members of the legislature than any state should have.
So where would the money go?
The money needs to go to places where CNN has already identified the crucial parts of this race. It needs to go to Arizona. It needs to go to Nevada. It needs to go to southern Florida. It needs to go to Colorado. We have about 300,000 new citizens that should be sworn in and educated on the voting process. See, it costs about $10 a vote to really register a voter. So if you figure that we've got 1 million new 17-year-olds who are going to be 18 by the November election, that's about 10 million right there. 300,000 new citizens, that's another 3 million. And then you still have to deal with the get out the vote issues.
Well, has either one of the camps responded to your offer here?
Well, you know, it's really funny that you asked that because both camps have responded. Of course, one said, that's a great idea, Steve, we'll get back to you. And the other one said, you know, we've been a little anemic in your community. So
tell me which camp, who said what?
Well, I'm not the kind of person that goes off and proves how important I am by telling people who calls me. We get calls from everybody, and it's sufficient to say that the guys who are feeding the ponies call me up and talk about what's going on in the race.
So who do you think has been the candidate that has gone after that Mexican-American vote? Who's done a better job?
Well, clearly Hillary has done a better job in terms of getting the vote. In East Los Angeles, for instance, which are the 21 bellwether precincts for our voters, she got 76.23% of that vote. Barack Obama only got 9% of that vote. So he's got a long road to hoe in order to be able to deal with our community. We have a problem right now in terms of getting the DNC, the people inside the political bubble, inside the Beltway, to understand that this is not a black and white election, that this election is going to be won within the Hispanic community.
Could the Hispanic vote make or break for either one of these candidates?
It does make or break. And John Kerry spent $1 billion to lose and wouldn't spend $1 million on the Mexican-American vote in the last election. We could have won had he spent that money in Florida, in Colorado, in Nevada. You will not win this election unless you win Nevada. You have to win Nevada in order to be president of the United States.
Steve Ybarra, we're going to track this. We're going to see if you get that $20 million. We'll see how it turns out.
We'll look forward to a cup of coffee from CNN.
All right. Thanks, Steve.
Take care.